Hi, Paul here from Trekitt with Harry as usual behind the lens, keeping an eye actually on that big rainstorm coming, so this could get interesting. We are today on the eastern fringe of the Black Mountains here in South Wales, underneath one of the kind of gnarliest points of the Black Mountains. That's the Black Darren up there. Quite a beautiful spot indeed, and we're here to talk to you today about the brand new, well, revised if you like, it's jacket's been around a little while. It's the Mountain Equipment Tupilak jacket, and the reason it's been revised is because it's using the new Gore-Tex Pro most breathable fabric. Throughout this video we'll be telling you what it is, what it's made from, what its features are, what its intended purpose is. So stay tuned right to the end to get all the information you need about this incredibly focused and performance driven hard shell jacket. So what is the Tupilak jacket? Well, the Tupilak is Mountain Equipment's focused climbers hard shell jacket. It's designed for the toughest, most exposed ascents in anywhere basically, from kind of gnarly Scottish mountaineering throughout the year, alpine ascents, even up to Himalayan expedition level. This is absolutely first and foremost and 100% focused around climbing and vertical ascents. It's stripped right down to the bare essentials. It's got a very small feature list. You get what you need, and it dispenses with all those fancy bells and whistles to give you a jacket that just performs so you can focus on your climbing and stay protected and comfortable throughout whatever ascent you're on. So what is the Tupilak jacket made from? Well, it's using the new Gore-Tex Pro most breathable. Gore-Tex have developed a whole new family of Gore-Tex Pro fabrics to help you decide the intended use of the product, and just to make a little bit of clarity within their range. But if you want all the details on those new Gore products, Harry will pop a link up here. Go and have a look at that video and get all the information you need. So this is a 3-layer laminate construction with a tough 80D nylon all the way on the outside of the jacket. It's just one weight all the way through 80D. That is then treated with a DWR just to aid the water repellency on the outside. But backing that up, sort of in the middle of the sandwich if you like, is the Gore membrane itself. It's that same EPTFE membrane that gives you 100% guaranteed waterproofing and high rates of breathability. And then there's a new solution dyed micro backer on the back, which enhances the breathability and the comfort. It glides easily over layers, and because it's solution dyed, it uses less water and less energy, so it's more environmentally friendly than the previous version. So super tough, super breathable, super waterproof, nice and environmentally friendly-ish, if something made out of plastic can be. But it's a very high performance, tough fabric that can cope with some very heavy rain, which is about to hit us, I think, Harry. But anyway, yeah, it's just super tough and gnarly. So Mountain Equipment take this wonder fabric, this new Gore-Tex Pro most breathable fabric, and they cut it up and make a jacket. But it's a little bit more complicated than that. They use what they call storm construction technique. So it means they really think about the conditions that the jacket is going to be used in, and they place seams. They use micro taping, they use bar tacking, they use the best components in terms of zips and cord pulls, etc., to ensure that the jacket can cope with the kind of conditions that it's intended for. And that could be anything from bimbling around the Black Mountains here to thrutching right up the north face of the Eiger in horrendous snow and blizzards. So you can be assured that Mountain Equipment have put their experience and their knowledge to the best use to construct a jacket that is going to keep the elements out. So I just turned the jacket, I whipped it off and turned it inside out, and you can straight away see the care and attention, the quality that goes into the construction. ME have used micro taping throughout, That keeps the weight and the bulk to a minimum and keeps the breathability to a maximum. Basically, taping isn't breathable, so you want to use as little of it as possible. They've used some really nice little reinforcing points on here where you've got stresses from an external pocket or movement from within the jacket. And then this front zip seam and the bottom seam at the bottom here, they're laminated to reduce stitching and to reduce the potential for moisture wicking to the inside of the jacket. And whilst I've got it here, I don't know if you can get this, Harry, you can see on the inside of the hood there's your little rubber grippy bits. Keep the hood nice and secure, even on top of a wet or icy helmet. So what are the features? Well, like I said in the intro, there's not a huge number of features in the jacket. It's stripped down to keep the weight down, and any superfluous nonsense that you don't need is just dispensed with. The best feature of this jacket, to be honest, is the Super Alpine hood. It almost deserves a video of its own. It's Mountain Equipment's largest hood, designed for modern mountaineering helmets. And to be honest, if you're never going to wear a helmet, if you never envisage yourself wearing a helmet, this probably isn't the jacket for you. You might want to have a look at either the Lhotse or maybe the Changabang, which are equally gnarly but have a smaller hood. So the Super Alpine hood is going to be put to good use in a minute because the rain's coming. It's got volume adjustment, it's got side cord lock adjustment, it's got a laminated and wired peak that fits over, and that lamination is slightly larger to cover over the front of a helmet better without restricting your vision and your access when you're looking up. And then on the inside of the hood there are little grip strips on the inside to stop the hood slipping around if your climbing helmet is wet or if it is icy. So focused on climbing and mountaineering where you're going to be wearing a helmet. What Mountain Equipment have also done to ensure kind of that you can use that if you're looking up a lot of the time is that this placket area at the front here, this front piece is longer, so you get better face coverage, and also has more volume in it, so you can get your chin tucked right inside and give you plenty of movement around the face area whilst remaining protected. You're sat on the bottom of a belay and you're watching your mate thrutch up some gnarly chimney. Oh, it's tipping down with rain, it's snowing. You're going to be really well protected.
A few moments later.
Right, we're back. We had a bit of a downpour. We had to make a mad dash for the car. If you can, but we think we're all right now. I think it's going to be okay. We got a bit. Harry got very sniffy about his camera getting wet or something. I wasn't bothered, but poor old Harry didn't want to get his equipment wet. Okay, so the rest of the features on the lovely Tupilak jacket that I'm wearing today. Main zip is the ever reliable YKK AquaGuard zip. It's a highly water resistant zip that will even function in freezing conditions, covered in ice and rime. It just will work. It's a two-way zip. Undo it from the bottom. Little popper at the bottom as well. Really good little feature this. It means that if you want to ventilate without the jacket all flapping around, you can undo the zip like that, pull it down from the top like that, and it means the jacket doesn't flap around, but you've exposed yourself to the elements. Indeed. Main pockets up on the top. You get two pockets on the exterior of the Tupilak jacket, and it's a Napoleon pocket, thus called because your hand goes in that way. So two large pockets, hats, gloves, bits and pieces like that. And there's also an internal pocket, little laminated pocket, which is a great place to store your mobile phone to make sure the battery stays nice and warm and dry inside the jacket. Right down at the bottom, you've got ME's dual tether draw cord, so you can tighten up the front, or you can just tighten up the back. Pulls it in really neat around your bum. There's my bum. Or you can have it undone completely. Makes a big difference to your comfort and your warmth by doing these draw cords in. The wind is whistling down the valley today, and just pulling that in around the back here just stops it whistling up my back and just keeps the warmth inside the jacket to create a really nice little microclimate inside there. Arms and shoulders are cut with a roomier shape, so there is absolutely minimal lift when you're climbing. If you're reaching up wearing the Tupilak jacket, that is hardly moving. I'd say, oh, I don't know, a finger's width. about 8 or 9 mil, something like that. Just lifting slightly, but it's really easy to move your arms. There's loads of room. And mounted equipment achieve this not by adding extra panels and what have you, it's just by cleverly cutting the fabric in the first place to keep the weight and the bulk to a minimum, but allow full freedom of movement. It's really comfortable to wear. You'll notice as well, there are no pit zips on this jacket. Again, you're not going to need them. The jacket breathes perfectly well without them, and it just adds extra bulk and weight for something that really, is debatable whether it makes a big difference or not. Right down at the end of the sleeves, you've got a hook and loop closure that is designed to shed water through so it doesn't freeze up. So it's still going to work in really cold, extreme conditions. And the end of the sleeve is shaped nicely just to fit over the back of your hand a little bit more, get that water to run off. So these will cinch up really tight around your wrists. I've got particularly skinny little wrists and they close up really tight around there. And also they will close up if you've got heavier gloves or mitts on. So that's about it. That is the feature set. You've got a hood, a brilliant hood. You've got some pockets, you've got some great shaping and some articulation, and you've got a draw cord. What more do you need? It's worth mentioning at this point that despite the use of ME's Storm Construction and the brilliant YKK AquaGuard zips, the pockets are not 100% waterproof. It's virtually impossible to make a pocket waterproof. So ME have rather helpfully put a little bit of paper in each pocket, and it's called Pocket Advice, basically telling you that they're not 100% waterproof, and if you've got something inside that you really need to keep dry, mobile phone, GPS, remote control thing off your car, put it inside a waterproof bag, either a little plastic Ziploc bag or a fold dry bag, something like that, to make sure that those items are kept dry. They do help by putting these little rain plackets on the inside, so if rain does get through the zip, it runs down, is unlikely to get into the pocket, but they're not 100% guaranteed. You'll also notice that in the pocket you'll get a little bag, and in here are some extra little different coloured zip pullers. So for the Janak you get, for the Tupilak you get 3, because you've got 3 zip pullers, and they're blue. So if you want to kind of tone it down a little bit, or even mix and match, just mix up the look of your jacket, ME supply you with some different colour zip pullers. Okay, so how does this lovely Tupilak jacket fit? Well, it fits me really nicely. If you're familiar with our videos, you will probably know by now my vital statistics are 6'3", 42-inch chest, 34-inch waist, and I weigh about 13.5 stone. And this size large fits me beautifully. It's got really nice big long arms, which are brilliant to keep you protected if it's really tipping down with rain and snow. You can tuck away your hands inside. There's loads of room around the shoulders and the chest, but then it's built to slim down through the waist and through the hips. So mounted equipment call this their alpine fit block, and it is definitely a neater, trimmer fit to some of the other jackets in their range. I had the Changabang on recently, and that is their mountain fit, and that is bigger and baggier. So underneath this I've got a Arc'teryx Phase SL base layer. I've got an ME switch fleece jacket, which is kind of what I would normally wear. I really like the kind of motto of be bold and start cold, because as soon as you get yomping up the hill, you're going to get some heat on and you're going to warm up. Having said that, there is enough room under here for a light to mid-weight insulating layer, something like an Atom LT, a lightweight down jacket. The assumption is you're going to be working hard in this jacket. You're going to be climbing, you're going to be mountaineering, you're going to be generating heat. So you don't want the jacket to be too big and baggy. You're not going to have massive, great thick layers on underneath. If anything, when you stop for a belay or for a navigation check, you're going to be throwing on an over-insulating layer, a belay jacket, and that's exactly the kind of thing that you'd carry in your pack with this. So it's a neat, trim fit with plenty of room around the arms and the shoulders. Okay, so that's it. That is the mountain equipment, new Tupilak jacket made with Gore Pro most breathable fabric. It's a simple, uncluttered, focused jacket for technical steep ground, alpine climbing, Scottish winter, Himalayan, whatever. It's focused primarily for vertical mountain activities. It's a joy to wear. It's a lovely thing. It just makes you feel very safe and secure inside the jacket, and that hood is a particularly brilliant feature of the jacket. So thanks very much for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit the like button down below there, and if you haven't already, subscribe and hit the bell icon, and then you'll get notified every time we post a new video. Sun's come out again, typical Black Mountain weather this, so I'm going to go for a little yomp. Thanks so much for watching. See you again soon. Toodaloo.